Spain won the Euro Under-21 Championship this weekend, and I think it's fair to say they're deserved winners overall. But we're going to look at how France did over the course of the tournament. It's a glass half full, glass half empty situation. There's positives and negatives to take. The first positive is that France qualified in the first place. A lot of more talented generations than the current one have failed to do so over the last 13 years. So we should already give props to the current team for getting as far as they did. And then in the tournament, by reaching the semi-finals, it means that France qualified for next year's Olympics, which is the first since 1996 and the days of Robert Pires, to give an idea of how long ago that was. So positives to take there. But when you look in more detail at the way they played, it wasn't the greatest tournament, probably a little bit disappointing, even if you can argue that by reaching the semi-finals, they probably went as far as you'd have expected them to go. The first match against England were probably outplaying France until Chowdhury's criminal tackle on Bamba, which changed the game. Second match, they scraped through. Third match, not much better. And then semi-final, a chance to go 2-0 up, a great save from the Spanish keeper, and then downhill from there. So only 4 goals scored during the tournament, 1 a penalty, 1 an own goal, and not too much positive play overall. You could say that's the sort of general French style at the moment. A lot of people had that criticism of the French senior team that won the World Cup last year and of the women's team in the current World Cup. I think people overdo the fuss about a team having a character and an identity. I think other than Spain, I'm not sure there's that many countries that do, but it is fair to say that you'd be expecting more from France. In terms of mitigating circumstances, you look at the players that could have been in this squad, Mbappe, Ndombele, Pavard, Hernandez. These are quality, world-class players, most of them World Cup winners. So obviously they'd have made a difference. And then even in terms of the squad, Bamba, as I said, got injured. Terrier pulled out before the tournament through illness. Ikone Diallo through injury. So it could have been a stronger squad that Ripoll had to choose from. So again, mitigating circumstances there. So overall, it's positives to take from the fact that France were there and that they showed the character to get as far as they did. Frustration that the football wasn't better. Dembele, for example, who has had a great season, was a little bit disappointing. Aouar, I thought, was frankly awful. But then you also have Bernardoni, who looked great in goal. Upamecano, who is again showing what a great defender he is. Ren Adelaide, I thought, played very well and carried on his good form from the end of the season with Angers. So again, it's not all bad. And the bottom line is that France are going to the Olympics next year, and also that in the past these teams haven't qualified, they haven't shown the right attitude. This one's already stolen a march on them, and frankly I'd rather that these teams were making the mistakes at under 21 level, so that hopefully they're more rounded, more experienced individuals by the time they get to the first team. And as long as we keep winning senior World Cups, then I'm happy.